or video, depends on what time you're watching.
Probably the stream. Probably the stream.
Another Wooting Live happening today because it's been 2 weeks ago, and every 2 weeks we have a Wooting Live session on Twitch. And what is Wooting Live about? Basically us sitting down with you guys, having a talk about anything that's happening, because we want to stay in touch with you guys and not be hidden in a hole trying to figure out what you guys want. And of course share as much as we can about our experience with Wooting. So as you can see, oh my god, this music's pretty cool. So we have new background music, which is not romantic jazz, sexy jazz, something. This time it's let me read this for you guys. Interstellar, a trip hop mix. Trip hop mix. Yeah. So let me know if the sound is alright, if the music is too loud or something like that, if there's a good balance, or if you can hear it alright. Then I can change that. And there's something new to the stream. There is chat inside stream. Let me see here. I'm really bad at pointing this. Okay, there we go.
It's somewhere beneath you,
yeah.
Like here? No, here, like on this side.
It's it was the last. It's a bit weird position now that I look at it, but it's new and it's for the videos. So people that watch the videos also know what's happening in the chat. So you guys, everything you say is in the video forever now, forever. But don't withhold yourself.
Don't abuse it. Don't go abuse it. And today I'm also here. I mean, it's been a while,
yeah.
right?
Oh my god!
It's like 2 streams ago you were alone, riding the unicycle, and then it was you and Jeroen, and now I'm here.
Sure.
And I'm now looking at the stream, and it's pretty cool. My name today is Calder, and Calder's name today is Oleg.
Oh god, I didn't even notice that. Why am I on this side then?
I don't know.
I'll make a small trick later, okay? I'll trickle it around later. Yeah, we'll do a big face swap, okay? Maybe you can share with everybody where Jeroen is, and then I'll do the swap. How about that?
Okay, so where's Jeroen? Jeroen is in the Netherlands since last Friday? No. He's already like in the Netherlands for like, I don't know, like 1.5 weeks. So that's why he is in the stream today. And I think today he's spending like some quality family time. And actually tomorrow he's flying back to Taiwan to stay there again. But he's still making up his mind if he stays another week in the Netherlands. So anyway, like that's why he isn't here today, because he has to spend cool family time.
Okay, let me see.
Can't say much about it anymore. Yeah, and I must say, Jeroen was also here in my office last Wednesday. It was really a blast working together again with a co-worker. Like somebody sitting right beside you. That's pretty, it's pretty cool. Got a lot of work done that day. A lot of enjoyment. And we also went to the Friet Atelier. It's like a really special hipster kind of, like French fries place here in the Netherlands. And I had like this patatje oorlog that's normally like peanut sauce with mayonnaise and French fries. But because it was like exclusive patatje oorlog, and had like these whole peanuts on top of it and some lemongrass, and I don't even know what it all was. But yeah, so we won't see Jeroen today, but probably in the next live stream. And I'm hoping that he stays another week in the Netherlands, because I really want to work again with him another day.
I think it's really cool that I know how it is in your position, and it's really exciting when there's somebody else around. And I bet it must be exciting for you also to be in the Netherlands and last time when he visited you. I mean, it's so weird. I also want to see you again, you know? When was the last time I saw you in real life?
I think it was almost a year ago with DreamHack.
Was it that long?
I guess so.
January. I think January somewhere. Well, yeah, so it's been a while. Hey Manson, and hi Flemmy. Are there boobies in the chat?
Everyone.
Where?
I think the chat's gone now. The boobies in the chat.
Oh, okay. Time for some paper notes, huh? Oh god. Talking about foods that I miss from the Netherlands. You know what I miss the most? Bread. That's it.
Bread. And yogurt.
I'm serious. That's the only thing I really miss. I was still in the Netherlands after DreamHack. That's why I think January was the last time I saw it. Yeah.
Well, of course, because when we had the end of the year live stream last year with the quiz, you were still there in the Netherlands, and I think yes, it was like somewhere in January. And I remember it was like you would like leave in the somewhere at the beginning of January, but you missed your flight. I was like, okay, I can stay there for 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, then I decided, well, then I'll just stay longer. I was literally, I was at the gate at the time the flight went away, and in my head it was like, oh, this is the time I need to be at the gate. Oh, and the lady was so pissed at me. According to her, she announced my name a couple of times over the speakers and everything, but...
You were like chilling.
I even heard some other flights got delayed. I didn't hear my own name. That's really... That's... Quinn is right, or Archinit in this case, right? Because bread in Taiwan is nice, but way too sweet. Well, it's not, actually, bread in Taiwan is very interesting because they make it like desserts. But it's all white bread, it's all like empty calorie bread, so to say. And in Netherlands you have like the real like dark bread and more deep tastes and salty tastes, which are much more awesome. And you don't have that here in Taiwan.
I'm trying to get like your mouse cursor on my nose, but no,
yeah, I just removed it.
I tried it.
I tickled your nose before, though.
I also saw a quick question. I'm part of the second USA shipments. Shouldn't have get a tracking number by now.
Oh yeah, so let's jump into some topics that we're going to talk about today. First, let me start with, I saw a good suggestion what we could do at the end of the stream, maybe. This is game related. Hi guys, wanted to ask, will you also be showing in stream how to set up a config for PUBG? And I will get into that when we start sharing my desktop and we can quickly show how to do it, because I noticed today or yesterday, what's on the Wooting website, the how-to website, is not 100% accurate anymore because they changed something in an update recently. So you can't drive the vehicles and control your parachute because of that. So we'll get into that. And hopefully Vapor is also here because he's the one that set it up actually. Okay, so the topics for today. I see another question we'll get into in a minute. Let's start with topics. So the first topic we're going to talk about is the shipment and the tracking, because I know everybody has questions about this, and honestly,
we have questions about it.
We have questions about now. Like, I have to say that this whole logistics stuff, it doesn't get to my nerves. It's really annoying because you always want to give a good estimate of what you think is feasible, and I do my best, but in the end there's always something, and it's always the littlest things that delay it. And then most time, if there's just even one little thing, it's not like, oh, it's delayed by a day, it's often delayed by a week immediately, and it's really annoying. So that will be the first topic in a minute. Second topic will be about, and I need to grab my notes here, entrepreneurship. We're going to talk a bit about entrepreneurship and maybe a little bit more about how things are going behind this and how things go behind the scenes for us, especially after this Kickstarter. Then we have some secret project that Eric's been working on that he's going to show a bit more of.
Secret.
And
the music is too loud, hey? The music is too loud.
Okay.
So.
Let me put it down.
You don't like Interstellar Trip Hop?
Like the movie. Alright. Got it down a bit. Let me get it down a little bit more.
Oh, I don't want to spoil the secret yet, but it's not numpad or numpad related.
Everybody. Okay, and finally we will jump into the PUBG configuration, I guess. And we have something else to show that we've kind of shown in the previous stream and announced in our blog last time, but we'll get to that. So let's start with the burning question, okay? There's no numpad. Now, the burning question of where is your keyboard if you haven't received it. So, okay, let's see. We started with this whole shipment from Hong Kong to US and the Netherlands, so that was all done. And in the US it got past customs, so it's at the fulfillment center, which is really great. And then it was at the fulfillment center, and I sent all the orders to them, and in the US, and they didn't ship it out the next day. I was like, well, they'll ship it out the next day. It's just like last time. And I asked them multiple times, like, oh, did I do something wrong with the orders, or did something go wrong in the process? Did I misunderstand something? And apparently, in the end, the assistant or the assistant that does what's it called, operations, told me they were out of boxes. And it was the last thing I expected, to be honest. I really thought I made a mistake or something like that, but they were just out of boxes, and I feel kind of shit that they didn't tell me that straight away. And so a whole lot of the keyboards went out on last Friday, but it looks like, seeing from the messages, not everything went out yet. So that kind of sucks. So I'm not sure why they didn't all go out, and I'm guessing it will go out. The rest will go out on Monday, because Friday night I received a call from the owner of the fulfillment center telling me that some of you guys didn't fill in the state you live in. And we are partially to blame because we didn't make it a requirement of filling in your state on our website, which we changed like months back. So if you don't have the keyboard, or haven't received a tracking number, you'll probably receive it on Monday then when it goes out. And the tracking numbers all come from the fulfillment center. And the US, they do a great job doing with the tracking numbers. It's just in Europe where our Netherlands fulfillment kind of sucks with the tracking numbers. They're not doing a great job with it, and I have to send it manually, which really sucks. All right. So, okay. So, that's about the shipping keyboards. I'm happy that's beside us now. Let's see, was there an interesting question in the chat, Eric?
No. First question on Dispo didn't get answered yet. So I thought I'd re-ask here. What is the current state of open source Wooting API? For example, control the LEDs from code or remapping from code. So, where's Jeroen to answer this question?
I think also if you want to get started with controlling the LEDs, the best action you can take right now is contacting Jeroen on Discord. Tell him that what you want to do, and he'll give you some basics to get started with. We did it with a couple of others as well, and I'm not sure 100% sure what it looks like because I'm not an engineer. So, but you best harass Jeroen, exactly. Harass Jeroen, because open sourcing is coming. It is. Jeroen is very busy with the overhaul. It's what we talked about in the newsletter we sent out not too long ago, like Friday, I think.
Yep.
And on the blog. And we'll get into that one later. Let's see. I saw there was a question related to the shipping though. I'm in Canada, so maybe they are shipping USA 2 batch Canada on Monday. That might be true. I sent because when it goes to Canada, I have to provide a commercial invoice. I also sent the commercial invoices, but maybe they decided it was too last moment for them to start sending it or something. I don't know. I sent those commercial invoices on Wednesday also, but no idea. Difficult. My question not interesting. Your question was interesting. All right. So, I said we'll jump into it later, right? Yeah, so we sent out the newsletter. We sent out a newsletter not too long ago, and Erik already linked in the blog, I see.
Super fast.
And the newsletter basically summarizes what's in the blog here, and we just talk about how we now are past, I don't know if I said it in the blog as well. Okay, in the newsletter I said it. We're now past the Kickstarter period, and that changes everything. Actually, changes everything for us, and I don't know if it changes things for you, but we feel it changes things because Kickstarter was this project where we set up this really big goal, and we all work towards it. And that goal is basically making the keyboards and delivering it, and of course, the product we delivered is actually what we promised it is, and hopefully more. And I believe I can say that we successfully delivered it, though we delivered it way later than.
Only by like 8 or 9 months.
Part of the Kickstarter, right? And that's very awesome. It's very awesome. But it also leaves a question is what's going to be next, because as you've been following, maybe you've heard us say like many different things about what we want, or like the keycaps, there's the separate switches, and there's a lot to follow up on. But it's much different now because it's not this one thing we're working towards anymore. It's like this, now we have this open space of, okay, we have the product, but now we need to change our dynamics into getting the product around, and what is like the follow-up product going to be, or what really contributes to it. And the only way we look at it now is we look back at what we promised at the Kickstarter, what we stated in the Kickstarter, and that is in the end goal, like what we really want to achieve is changing the industry, as in analog keyboards becoming an industry standard. And that's the main thing we're working towards. And the question just is, like, it's not very clear what we need to do every time to make that happen. Yeah. But one of the things that is clear right now is we really need to grow Wooting itself, because we're never going to get to that kind of status and point, though in the back, that which you don't know, we'll get into maybe. In the back, behind the curtains, we are definitely busy with the idea, and there are things running, but it's very, 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 very
superficial.
Well, it's complicated, which is the opposite. It's complicated because it's like there are many parties looking at us, but it's kind of like, how do you say that?
They're waiting?
They're waiting, yeah. They're waiting and looking. If Wooting becomes a success, then they know, oh, you know what? We have to catch up. We have to get an analog keyboard as well. Because you see those Wooting guys selling all those keyboards, we have to catch up and get an analog keyboard as well. And that's the next step. And that is what they're kind of waiting for that kind of signal to come out. Okay, I'm not following up.
True. Well, there's like an interesting thing. With like growing Wooting, maybe a high-profile pro gamer will make it popular, and this brings us to a really different kind of topic, because a lot of ways we can grow Wooting, and the easiest way is like, okay, let's spend a crazy amount of money on marketing and get these high-profile gamers to, promote or endorse Wooting and get like all these big reviews out, and be sure to be like on all these Twitch streamers with ads and stuff, and you can do a lot of things. But the point is, sure, we can spend a lot of money, but that will only make it more difficult for us, because the more people that join into Wooting, the more keyboards that come out, the more questions we get, the more problems probably will rise, and the more cool things that will happen. And if we grow too fast, we can never control it with the three of us. So it maybe sounds weird, but we have to take like baby steps along the way to achieve a certain goal and a certain point, and not try to grow too fast, because we still need to handle it with the three of us. And we just need to start slow. And we also need to like looking into hiring people at a certain point, and it's probably not going to happen this month or the next month or maybe beginning of next year, but there is a point where we need like more people to help us with all these daily tasks we have that kind of diverse us from our main goal to make like analog keyboards in the industry standard. And a really interesting thing is like we have these two web shops, one in the US and one in Europe, international, and every day there are orders coming in, and we have to send these orders manually to our warehouse. And every day I think every day is like 8, maybe 10 questions about sponsorships, shipping questions. Some people have a problem with the Wooting one, and like all these small questions, but all these little things, these add up, and it will take at least like 2 to 4 hours a day to solve these little things. And that's like only like running the daily operations of stuff. And they have like all the business stuff, the complicated decisions we have to make to grow forward, and that takes a lot of time. And then we still want to implement new features in the utility, make a new website, improve this, improve that, be cool to the community. So it takes a lot of time from us, but we're not at the point where we can comfortably hire someone at the moment to distress or relieve us with our daily tasks, which is pretty interesting.
With a developer and a non-developer, and useless in development and all. But with useful and not useful people in the chat, developers in the chat, sorry. But this is exactly what Erik says. These daily tasks, they really add up. And I want to add to what Erik just mentioned, is everything we do also is basically for the first time. It's not like either of us have run this type of a company or done this type of job before. So everything we do is for the first time, and it takes a lot of, like, there's this big learning curve behind it, and that just takes also more time.
Yeah.
And now we're really learning about,
running a web shop.
Yeah, because on the one side it's really weird also, because on the one side sometimes we're put in this position where we feel like, we're actually we're a product maker, we're building up our Wooting brand, and we work with distributors, and they do the selling part, they do the part where I bring products to customers and everything related to it, from like shipping questions, issues, returns, RMA, anything went wrong in the web shop, orders, everything. And but other times we also know, working only with these distributors, it's really limiting us, because if we don't have this close contact with you guys, and if we don't see these issues coming up, then how are we ever going to improve, and how are we ever going to learn? Plus, we really strive to push forward, and if we are very dependent on other parties right now to push forward, it's just like being dependent on, oh God, I want to give a good example, but it's kind of like, sometimes it feels really good to give a task to somebody else, and you feel like, oh my, I don't have to worry about it, and this person will solve it. But then 1 month later, that person hasn't done shit. Yeah. And in the end, it just gets back in your lap anyway, and under high pressure you're solving it. And this is exactly how it is also with distributors. You're never sure, right, how they're going to perform their task. And thankfully we do have now a couple distributors we work with right now are until so far really cool. And I have to give a big shout out, to one distributor in particular. Okay. Yeah, which is
Let's go for
Trigono.
it.
Yeah, Trigono. And you might not know Trigono by name, but they're a distributor in the Nordics, and the purchaser of their company is called Marcus, and he's a really awesome guy. And they're really looking out for our best interest, and they're really working towards helping Wooting getting some kind of establishment also in the Nordics, which is really, really great. Yeah.
And he's doing way more than we could ever expect from a distributioner. It's
way more.
amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I would love to contribute my skills to Wooting in my spare time, if at all possible. That's actually very cool to suggest. And
yeah, I'm still looking for a clean lady for the office. A clean guy.
No, this is why I definitely have to get in contact with Jeroen, because Jeroen, this is mostly a part of Jeroen. So if you're willing to help, that would be really awesome. Especially once we release it open source. We're really excited also to see what other people might do, because I'm definitely convinced that there's like what Erik and Jeroen have learned about working with Electron and the skills they've applied for the utility. They did a really great job. And they've learned a great deal, and which is really awesome. But if we, but once that is open, and there are people with more specific knowledge about a certain part, it opens up an entire new world. Everybody has specific knowledge about specific parts, and I'm really interested to see what happens. Issues with the last distributor. Oh right. Well, yes. So. Trigono is an example of a distributor that worked out very well, and I'm not going to name any distributors and give it, yeah, exactly. But I will say that we were also talking with another distributor, and we felt that the conversation went on for way too long, and in the end we're just a number in the system, a box in a box, and
that was a very difficult decision actually, because it's pretty interesting. We had this thought, I think, like months ago, where we said like, hey, maybe we should stop like contacting this distributioner, or maybe stop like these negotiations, because we're not feeling it. But we'd still push further, because it took us like months to get to this point. And I think a month ago or something, we were at a point where the contract was almost like ready and we could like go for it. And then we just made a decision really fast during the morning scrum. Hey, do we still like this distributioner? Like, can we work with him? Maybe it's not like the right time for us at the moment. And like, there's nothing wrong with the distributioner, but we just didn't click and connect it. And we said like, well, we tried. Let's pull the plug and search for somebody else. And that's what we did. It's a pretty fast decision, but it was also a very difficult decision.
Yeah, because if we would have had that distributor distributing the product, that would have made could have made a really big impact. But I guess this is also what makes when we talk about Wooting and the three of us working on it. Like right now, we can take these kind of risks, and we can make decisions based on what we feel is a good decision, and not based on what will gain the most profit. As in, we can follow the things we believe in, and that's what we want to keep doing, following the things we believe in, and not purely look at how can we get maximum gain out of a situation. And I hope at least we've given that impression also on different occasions. Because that's exactly what we want to do. We have an opportunity here to introduce a new way of doing a essentially gaming company, and it's more, well, I hope at least it's more community bound. It's more sharing with the actual customers, and I'm saying customers here. In a business sense, it's bringing the customers into the business and actually helping us making decisions also. Yeah.
But it also makes it very difficult. Like, we're trying to have personal interests and business things, trying to combine, and we want the best of both worlds. And if you're looking at a business point of view, we're making so many bad decisions all the time.
Let's throw it in the learning curve bucket.
Yeah, but let's go back to the customers. Like, we have a really easy time defining our customers and feeling what they want, because we are our own customers. That's how we always see it. And with everything, we always ask ourselves the question: do we like this? Like, is this the proper way, or do we feel like ripped off when we make this decision? And when the answer is like, no, well, we're cool with it, then we're gonna push forward and push this idea. And most of the time, from a business point of view, that's not the smartest decision.
Yeah. I mean, on multiple occasions, it's really hard in the end, because there's no okay, so this is about entrepreneurship, okay, and what we're doing. When you're an entrepreneur, there is nobody to tell you what is right or wrong. The only thing you can do to go forward is make a decision and hope it pans out well. And even if it doesn't pan out well, you better be ready to catch it and change it, turn it, do your best to make the best out of the situation, because you don't really have a choice. Let's see, I saw some things coming by on distribution. On distribution side, Canada is all about Amazon. We're working with mechanicalkeywords.com, for example, and once they have it on stock, which should be next week, they'll start posting it on Amazon also. And I really wonder how they'll fare, because from what I believe, Amazon should really get things moving if you do it right. But we're totally Amazon noobs because we're Dutch.
We only got like that bol.com, the bol.com vibe going on.
You guys did what I thought way back in Need for Speed one time. Press the up arrow harder to go faster, which didn't work obviously, but I did know I was 10 or something.
I think it's actually a meme if you like Google it, like Need for Speed, and then press harder to drive harder. I think you can see like a keyboard and a car, and pretty cool. We made the meme real.
Yeah, true. I think also that it's quite surprising. I don't know if it's a combination of I think this idea has been going around for a while, because we get very often that people thought about it, but they were always wondering, like, why is it not there? And I guess it's a combination of technology and timing of everything, because we couldn't have done this like 10 years back or 5 years back. No. Max popularity and stability, I assume, would be a good target. I hope analog gets big, and you guys are doing a great job getting analog out there. Thanks, man. I still feel we can do a better job, and this relates a bit to the daily task stuff. Is and also for Erik, is that at one point these kind of like day-to-day operations for your business to run kind of drag down your ability to create new stuff. And for Erik in particular, for example, being creative at some points to actually create new things that can bring out the name more, for example. Or in the past, for example, we did something on more actively on Reddit, and we would be more active in trying to think how we can get the word out. But that's decreased so much because there's so much day-to-day stuff, and also working on the utility and stuff, that it really, it kills the time, and it makes it very hard to focus, get moments together and focus on the thing that we want to work on.
Yeah. And that's why we are also trying to do a new thing the next couple of months, I guess, because the last couple of months were like, we had this big timeline and with all the things we want to do, and some things were about utility, other things about marketing, other things about general business flowy things, and was like each week had a block, and then it should have been finished at a certain point. And we kind of noticed that we were like working on like 20 things at the same time just to get like these little things done. But what we never, or well, what we perfectly realized, if we didn't like catch that deadline, we just look like, okay, and another block, and let's work this week still on it. But then all these other tasks also come back in, and it was really a bad way of planning stuff. So from this point on, I think from last week on, we're trying to more be focused on certain points. So for example, if you want a new website, we're gonna see like, okay, how can the three of us work together to push this website out as fast as possible? And then, okay, we need something in the utility, a new thing. How can we push the three of us to get this in the utility as fast as possible? And only like use the majors and strength of our individuals. So for example, if we're working on a new website and there needs to be some crazy cool integration we want with APIs or whatever, then we need to like pull Jeroen into the whole website thing and like, okay, Jeroen, you're gonna fix this. I'm gonna do the design, and Carl's gonna write all the content and cool stuff about Wooting. And we're now testing this, and hopefully this works better. And we get more stuff done and be like more focused and prioritize on the thing. And what we're also doing, like all these daily tasks we have, like exporting orders, answering these questions on, I don't know, like questions come from mail, Facebook, Twitter, Discord, Instagram, like Reddit, you can't even name it, where we get the questions from. We're trying to, every week, another one of us is responsible for handling all the imports and exports from the web shop and trying to answer most of the questions. So we're doing that, we're rotating that week by week now.
We just really have to work hard on putting information out there so it's easier to find, so we less actively have to answer the same questions. And shout out for the FAQ, for example. So we have the knowledge base where you can find a lot of relatively a lot.
Some information.
You can find some information about Wooting 1, like how to reset it, how to do some basic game setups, but there's a lot more that can be added, which really adds to learning and using the Wooting 1 and basic problems and questions. But we made some of them based on what happened, but thankfully WootHelp really helped us out with a lot of these issues and questions also, which is really great. So once again, thank you WootHelp, which is a particularly
shout out.
Wait, Manson out there, Manson doing a really great job also. And Mr. President, I don't think he's in the chat now, but also always actively looking out to help people. So thanks, man.
And Quinn does his best.
Quinn sucks. So no. And Quinn, thank you, man.
I like Quinn.
Oh, my wife says she likes you.
I like the Chihuahua.
So Erik, how's your open door? What's your door policy, Erik? Is it an open door policy, or if somebody lives very nearby?
Depends. If you want to come by during lunchtime, you want to buy me up for lunch, the door's always open.
I remember we're broke people. Like Wooting doesn't pay us
eat like
that
keycaps
well
for lunch. Well, I figured the policy is pretty relaxed, and if you want to come to Arnhem, be sure just send me a message and come by. It's always great fun to talk to people, and you never know what you learn from meeting these interesting people. Because last week the guy came by who made the wootingprofiles.com website. It's pretty interesting because I never knew he made it. And I knew him before, even before I started with Wooting. So it was pretty cool also to like talk with him a little bit and get a little bit inspired, and it's pretty cool. So yeah, everybody's welcome. Maybe we should do like a Wooting fan day.
And then there's like only one person. Hey, Erik. No. But I guess better make an appointment with you though about when. I want Erik to work really freaking hard on the website. No.
The website's going to be cool though.
The website's going to be really awesome. we have Erik has a new tool with which he can make websites, and it's like you share it, man.
It's pretty cool. It's called normally. Okay, first of all, I hate these drag and drop website builders. I just despise them. It doesn't matter if it's like what's the name, like Square or Visual Composer.
Weebly.
Squarespace, Weebly, Visual Composer. I don't know, like you name it. They're all like completely, utterly bad because you can do like you can do like these basic stuff, and that's pretty convenient but we want like some advanced stuff, and then you can like delve into the JavaScript and CSS yourself and make everything. But the time you're investing into creating a website that way, you could also like open up a text editor and make it yourself, you know. And then Calder told me about this tool called PageCloud, and I was like super sarcastic about it. So I watched the video. It was like, oh, you could drag like a link in it. It's like making a PowerPoint, like doing Photoshop and blah blah blah. And then Calder was like, yeah, you should try it. I was like, yeah, sure, I'm gonna try it. So I'm like super sarcastic, doing like, I'm just gonna drag this and that and blah blah blah. But I was super surprised on how well PageCloud worked. So this is the paid endorsement, but if you ever want to make a website for yourself, use PageCloud. I mean, it's super cool. You can do like these things. It's like making a PowerPoint or making a Photoshop file. It's very easy to make a website. I don't have to code, and even if you want to add some more advanced stuff, it's very easy to insert like code in CSS or in JavaScript or whatever. And another cool thing about them is they also provide hosting, and that can be like a bad thing. You can argue that's like, oh, you're giving away all your source files and hosting to somebody else. That's like a counter argument. But the cool thing is they have like 4 servers over all around the world, and now we only have like a server. I think it's in London, Amsterdam. I don't know, it's somewhere there. And for Europe it's pretty fast, but in the US it's already a bit slower. And if like in China, especially behind the Great Firewall, it's like try to get to the Wooting once, to the Wooting side, but never gonna work. But if you have like all these servers around the world, your website will be like more faster and more stable all around. And that's pretty neat.
So it was really funny to see how when Erik first used it, he was trying to like show me how shit these kind of programs are. And it was like, I saw the video, you know, and you know how demos are, right? Product demos in general, especially for software, they're always like done overly nice and as if it's super easy, but then when you start actually using it, it kind of doesn't live up to what it promises. So Erik was trying to replicate a video he saw, and he was like dragging in stuff, and they said this could do, and he was like, oh, it's not going to work, and it worked every time.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And normally like these things are utterly slow, and even if you have like this great tool where you can drag and drop everything in, it's like, okay, now you have a website, now make it mobile friendly. And even with PageCloud, it's like press the button and you switch to a mobile view, and there you can like tweak a small amount of stuff, and then you have your mobile website. And it's pretty pretty cool. It's pretty amazed by it.
I still like it. Only thing I feel too bad is about that. If I were them, they actually made a really good tool for designers to make websites, and especially if you're in your like Erik's situation where you know enough about web development to implement and change things, and you could also make your own website, but you wouldn't go like super advanced. Let's say it like that. Right, I mean, you're not gonna do like custom animations and that kind of stuff, right? And go super deep, because that takes ages to make. And then once you made it, and you start testing, you're like, oh, it's not that nice actually. You want instant iterations. You want to see how it immediately is and feels and does, and immediately change, just like Illustrator. And basically, I like a Photoshop. So.
Yeah, and I must say you're like really limited even with this tool. It's not like you can make these crazy Facebook kind of websites, but
no.
Then again, for us it's really perfectly, because we only have to convey information to the user and direct them to certain points. And the cool thing is we can make like a new web page in like 10 minutes, and we have a nice design, and we can publish it online just to play into some, I don't know, like actual like recent stuff. So for example, if you look back at the Linus video, the Linus tech tips, video.
Yeah.
With the Booby Mouse mat. I mean, we could have just like made a really funny website in like 5 minutes with Booby Mouse mats and Wooting 1 Booby Mouse mat supported. No, so
And this is exactly what we're talking about with creativity and creating stuff, because if something happens, being able to instantly react on it and show that we've seen it and build upon what's already been created by somebody else. That is really awesome to do, and that's things we should be doing. Yeah. All right. So I see already that
time is almost up. We're done with the stream. Bye, guys.
No. And Skyboomist already says that as he's a enterprise web platform dev, and drag and drop makes him cringe. So, but there's a really good reason why it makes you cringe. So there's nothing wrong with that, and it definitely understand if you're more if you're a web developer. Drag and drop makes you cringe because why even go through the trouble, and it's just slow and it's annoying if you can just write it faster. But Page Cloud does do what it says it does. So okay,
I think for drag and drop page building, Page Cloud is the best. Period.
Okay, so now we have endorsed that. No, it's not an endorsement. Just
it is.
Yeah.
We get paid. So use the action code Wooting1 // No.
Okay, so
let's talk about the blog. I mean, we started with it.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to do the blog. Then you can show the little project, and now we're going to PUBG. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. Let me switch this to this one.
I think we already talked about everything that's in the blog. We talked about
so
stock.
Too.
There's only like one thing we didn't talk about and one point that we could talk a little bit more about, but that's it. Yeah. So let's first look at the cover pic, because that's like beautiful. I really dig the cover pic.
So this blog is going to be a monthly recurring blog, and basically
don't say that, because probably it's gonna be like this.
No, but we have to say it, because then we have to do it, and it's really important to do this, because what I noticed when writing it also is it gives for me at least, it gives some insight. And like when I talked about being past the Kickstarter moment, actually realizing that point is the moment I wrote this. So it just gives insight in what for ourselves. It gives insight about where we are and what we're doing, and it makes it easy to look back on. But the main point of this type of blog, which should be a monthly blog, is that we share what's going on with Wooting and everything around it.
Like summarize everything that happened.
Yeah. And now this is just a quick summary, because we already talked about a lot of topics that are in here. So we have Wooting 1 in stock, and by the way, what we didn't mention was that the red switch already sold out. The basic red switch. And
everybody digs red switches.
And God, doing like planning these productions and getting stock and getting it as soon as possible. Like the next red switches we can get will probably arrive in November. Basic red switches, and it's just so difficult because we can't invest in that much in one time. Okay, so the next point is Wooting merch. And that's the music stopped there when I said that.
Okay, hit the music back on. I'm gonna do like the big trick, the big reveal.
Oh,
we all need Wooting
You've all
caps,
been
guys.
tricked. He was wearing the Wooting hat all the time.
Oh, it's like, whoa, like we planned it. Yeah, well, let me give you guys a closer look here. Oh, my hair's completely messed up. Oh, look at this bald spots. Oh my god, guys. Okay, but the wooden cap is actually pretty cool. We use like these. It's called like 3D embossing, so it's pretty neat. So the wooden logo pops out, and yeah, we have it in 2 colors. We have it in orange and royal blue, and this is the black and red one. It's a classic snap it back, not an official classic. It's called a Yupong. A Yupong snap it back. Yeah, it's a 6 panel cap, pretty neat. And the worst thing is you can only get this if you buy it from the American web shop. And I think only people in America, Canada, and I think the Netherlands can order this.
Fatal Bazooka Focus.
So that's kind of a shame.
Yeah, it's. Before I jump in, I'll continue what you just were saying. In between, I hope I'm not going to regret saying that block stuff, by the way. Oh, you got the Dimitri review. Oh yeah, we'll get to there. Ick.
Never replied.
No. Okay,
I saw
YouTube
it.
music.
Okay, YouTube music.
I
know nobody's gonna steal the cap.
I hope this music is not going to be really crazy. Fatal Bazooka Foes? Jesus Christ, man. What is this?
Some cringe music.
Yeah, I got it here. Oh god.
Oh my god.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
French rap, I guess. So we're just gonna.
I like all these foreign raps. Like all the languages I don't understand. Even the South African ones, or like the Japanese one, the Swedish one, and even like the German ones. I really dig this hip hop stuff because I don't understand the lyrics and just can like listen to the beats and try to rap.
Watching my drawings? Yeah, self-promotion is allowed. That's okay, man. Just in decent way, though. I'll try next distance, the 2000. The first one. What is this? I see a truck. Oh, let me just put it here. Oh, these are your designs. Oh, dude. Okay.
Oh, designs?
Yeah, it's drawings.
Does that music?
No. These are his drawings. That's pretty awesome.
Pretty cool.
Okay, I'm getting distracted. Okay. So let me get the music up running again. There we go. So yeah, we were at the swag point, and I'm sorry like that I kind of brought the topic to something else, because the swag or the merch, basically like Eric said, we're shipping from US, right?
Yeah.
Because and that's what we explained in the blog as well. We basically use a third-party company to print and ship, and the quality is good. Eric, that's why Eric has a cap on, because he checked it. And it kind of sucks if you're in Europe, because shipping might be more expensive because it's shipped from the US.
Well,
Depends
I
on
also
what you're
think
gonna
we
get,
have
though.
like a website set up to ship to all the countries over the world.
Yeah, true.
And that's because we don't want people from Sweden or Germany buying unzies from the US shop, because that's like really going to rake up the shipping cost, and it's not going to be very useful. So in Europe we have also a bit of a different lineup, because in Europe you can get like the yellow polo shirt. That's a thing you cannot get in the US.
Exclusive.
Which is pretty cool. Exclusive. But US has like these caps, and hopefully like when these caps sell or anything, one day we can like also put them in the Europe warehouse, or maybe something else, maybe like a different kind of thing, maybe a mug, pillowcase.
No way. No mugs. I think what I like about the idea of the merch is that if there's something funny that can be made, then we can just make the design, and it's, we don't have to make a major investment, because we work with that company. We don't have to make a major investment in the design itself, and people can get it.
Yeah.
So Then I see a big question about shipping. I'll just keep it short because we covered the topic in the beginning of the stream. If you haven't received a tracking number, you can expect a tracking number on Monday probably. The fulfillment center sends out a tracking number automatically when they ship it out. They already have my order since Wednesday, so there's nothing I can do at this point to make that go any faster.
Yeah.
Did
you ever consider making a Wooting keychain thingy? We did consider it, but they're like these standard keycap things where you have like a switch in them and keycaps, and you can like press it and put it on your keychain, and that's cool. But we wanted to bring it to the next level, the idea, because what we wanted was like put a light in it, and the farther down you press the key, the more the light will shine, or it can spiral or change color or whatever. So you can like see analog in your keychain, and that was a cool idea. We tried it; it was too expensive to do. We stopped doing it because we had to focus on Wooting one. And like these things are really cool, but sometimes it's too much effort for what it brings back to us to make something like that. And we know everybody would like it because we really liked the idea, and we tried to make them before for Computex this last year, and we couldn't finish them on time. And maybe one day we will continue working on them and maybe give them out on an event or have them in my office, so everybody comes over to my office one day. Maybe get a keychain.
You still have t-shirts, right?
Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
No.
Yeah, I've got some Kickstarter t-shirts left, but they're like all these odd sizes, and I still have to keep them for
5XL.
5XL, yeah. Yeah. Let's go to the next topic.
Daily overhaul.
This is actually pretty cool, and it's a shame that Jeroen isn't here because he could explain it a lot better than us, because we're probably gonna butcher everything. But the thing is, Jeroen wants to change the whole architecture of the backend of the utility, so it would be easier to open source it and for people to understand what's happening and how they can use the API or whatever, or change the code directly to and still make it work and have it logical. And that's why Jeroen looked into a Flux architecture. And the cool thing about the Flux architecture was that everything goes like in one direction, and it goes in some kind of a loop, and you have like less troubles and problems when doing things. And it used to be that things like would go up and down and back and forth, and that would sometimes conflict with each other and made the utility crash and made the keyboard crash or whatever. But it was then working hard to make like this whole Flux architecture and re-implement everything in the yeah. I'm not reading the chat. Flammy has some
yeah, that's also what I'm looking at.
Because the last stream, the caller and Jeroen were talking about the keycaps, they butchered everything. I don't even know how they got like Black Pete in the whole conversation. I don't even know. It was like very obvious. It was like it was Piet Mondriaan. So Google that, and then you realize, oh, it's Piet Mondriaan, not Black Pete.
Hey man, there were a lot of similarities there going on.
Yeah. Shame.
So looking forward to you finishing up the Flux architecture. Which brings us to the website, which we talked about,
already discussed.
But we can highlight one thing.
This one's interesting.
I mean, it's you have the mic.
No. You. I talked about your work. You cannot talk about my work.
Oh, okay. So, Oleg is working very hard on the website, and when we launch that new website, obviously it will come with a new landing page showing the Wooting one. And obviously, for a landing page to be very, very convincing for people, is to have testimonials. And we have testimonials from reviewers, for example. But what we really, really want is to have testimonials from you guys, to have some and it can be really, really simple. And why do we need testimonials? Is because people are very dependent on other people. That's just what it comes down to. And everybody's a bit different in how much it influences them. But if they see other people actually having the product and giving a good word about the product, then they're much more convinced to buy it. That's what it comes down to. So we really need to have testimonials. And the best way you can do this for us is by either tagging us with Wooting1, hashtag Wooting1, or tagging us with our profile, which is at WootingKB, and post it on Twitter, Instagram, or in a wallpaper in your room. But then still make a picture of it. Still make a picture of it. Or you can share it on our Discord channel. I have my Wooting1 hype. Just in case, still mention that you're okay with us using it as a testimonial, so we have your approval. And in general, you should also know everything that comes in I have my Wooting1 hype, we will occasionally post on Instagram and refer to you as your picture. But we don't use it as testimonial unless
we ask you.
Yeah, unless we ask you or you gave us approval already. Yeah. So we need
the thing is, like, would you allow tongue-in-cheek things, or are you looking for serious and constructive testimonials? I think like we're looking for any kind of testimonial. You can be positive or negative. I'm just gonna ignore the negative ones, but just try to be yourself. Try to be honest and just, I don't know, wing it. You know, do whatever feels properly. Because some people can just say, "Oh, this keyboard is amazing," and it's like their testimonials, and other people have like this big long stories like, "Oh, this and blah 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 blah." I like this amazing games.
You can even write a whole story, and we'll just copy paste the best sentence. No, but seriously, if you give the testimonial, you can be very fair also.
Yeah.
So if there's
and the thing is, like, we could probably if you have like a really long story, we just pick like 1 or 2 sentences out. But if you have to if you put it on a public domain like Twitter or Instagram, it's easier for us to like actually link it to the to your piece of thing you wrote, so people can even look into it a bit more.
So, for example, if you have it posted it on Twitter, it will be on the landing page. The Twitter post itself will be on the landing page, right? Yeah, as the testimonial. Yeah.
So you can earn backlinks, write your own blog, get backlinks, monetize that stuff.
Yeah, well, that is weird fun. Okay.
Backlinks are the future.
So yeah, then I mean, if you're watching the video, yeah, also for you, testimonials. We really need it. The last.
Is the RGB colors are set by groups, not individual, right? All the RGB colors are set individual, or you can set them individual. You can only set them individual.
We can.
Carl can show it later.
Yeah, well, yeah.
What hashtag? Hashtag testimonial, right? Let me see.
Hashtag Wooting1, or you tag us with @WootingKB. Yeah. Depends on.
Okay, which brings to the last point of the whole blog thing. And right before the stream, we thought like, hey, let's talk about the reviews from Hardware Canucks and from Stroman. But in the end, we decided, well, let's not do it, because we will probably influence everything and talk about where those guys are wrong, and so it isn't really a fair opinion. So the best thing is like, go watch those, and that's about it. We're not going to talk about it, but like, great reviews, thanks to Dimitri and Oliver.
Especially, no, I just wanted to give a shout out to Oliver for, even though I could not understand anything that he was saying, but I really liked his approach to the review, because he also mentioned us and mentioned the idea behind Wooting, from what I understood, which is really nice.
He said my name.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I'm saying it.
I said my name on YouTube.
I'm so Okay, so we already have our first testimonial from Adrian now, so thank you, man. Awesome. Now we also have your Twitter.
I love my winning one. It's amazing. Testimonial, winning one. Like, these are the best testimonials.
Yeah, that's good enough. I mean, it can
There's
be that
like
simple.
so much humor in it. It's really like the hashtag testimonial. It's pretty cool. It's like full wall breaking. I like it.
Wait, there was something here. Oh, the RGB colors. Let me quickly show it.
Yeah.
Oh, and now we're going into PUBG setup. Oh my god. Okay. So this is my keyword, for example. Let's go to this beautiful layout.
Because of Noobify? Yeah, well, also big shout out to Noobify because he made like 2 amazing videos about 21. And he also shared a lot of at the official forums from the Star Citizen. So pretty. Thumbs up for him.
I only have praise for Noobify, really. I also how deep he goes into Star Citizen itself and the peripherals, and how his what I really like is his reviews are very clear and he's really structured in making them also. I saw his process behind, and I guess if you're a patron, then you also get to see it. And I think he's a really good guy. So okay,
Calder. Just a heads up. I think you're using an old version of the utility.
No, well, yes, I am. You know why?
Why?
Because 1.0.6 had a lot of bugs. And
you can download 1.0.7.
Yes, but if you're still on 1.0.5, it doesn't auto-update. So, if you're also on an old version of the utility, you better go to www.wooting.nl.
Show it, Carla. Show it.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, it was pretty funny how we messed up the auto updates like 3 times. But since 1.0.6, the auto update is enabled, but it had some bugs in the whole version. That's why Jeroen came up with 1.0.7, which has auto updates and no weird bugs.
Thank you for the link, man. I don't have the chat open on my PC on my laptop though. Okay. So quickly show the RGB part. Sorry. So it's very simple. Either you click to change, or you hold it down to change. But what you cannot do, as I think you could do with maybe crossword keywords, is making groups and changing the group in one time. So it's either click to change or hold click down to change. And if you, let's say, use a special color, and then you're using another color, and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to use this color again. What was it again? You can just right click on it and then continue. You can even, and I hope I'm going to do this right, okay, because I haven't done it yet. No, just you right click on one of the one of the colors here, and you can
right click on one of the, because like screen isn't big enough, so we can't see.
Sorry.
There
we go. You right click on it, it becomes big. You choose the color you like, and you click it again, and now it's part of the color pickers. Or maybe you feel like that purple, damn, I want to have it in my palette, so let's right click. I hope this works. Right click, yes. And see, now it's part of the color palette. And that was the quick preview, quick answer on the question for RGB. And
but the cool thing is, with the new utility, what you can do. There's like, what's the name again? Oh yeah, we now have direct input, and you can now even give colors to your caps lock and your function key when it's highlighted, so...
No problem, man. Yeah, well, there's definitely there are going to be some big improvements for the utility. What? Because the overhaul oh my gosh. Okay, that's a whole different topic that we're not going to go into now. Instead, we're going to go into how to set my keyboard colors are really screwed up.
Oh wait, Carla, let me share this for you. I'm gonna share it in the chat. It's like the best color profile ever. It's the best. It's simply the best.
Wait, you sent it in chat? Wait,
Yeah, and, on the stream, so everybody can have it.
Oh, there, the
Everybody
code.
can have it.
Nice. Whoa, Nubifier joined the chat. Awesome. So there we have Nubifier. If you don't know Nubifier, please check out his YouTube channel, which is the same as his name, so you can just copy paste it. He has a review about the Wooting 1, but also a lot of information about Star Citizen, and I can only recommend.
Yeah.
Wait, FN press color change does not work for me though.
Doesn't?
FN press color change. What is the FN press color change then? Oh, okay, I'm gonna load in your code. Oh, that was the wrong one. Let me put in your code here.
We're all cheering about the Nubifier 1337.
I need to go to the chat to get the code.
Uh-oh.
And then we can
There's
jump into PUBG, which is going to be the last to go to the chat. Which is going to be... Oh, can you put it in the chat? Can you throw it somewhere, your code? I can't see the chat history.
So if you press if you want to change the color, and you press hold down the FN key and then tap the mode key at the same time, your color will change. And what it does, it will actually activate the function lock. And then the volume up and volume down, you can just instantly hit it without tapping the function key.
It's a little bit confusing.
But it also depends on what you have set up for your function key in your general keyboard settings. So, for example, if your function key is the enter key, you should hold down the enter key and press mode at the same time to activate function toggle. Press the Windows key.
Nice.
So beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
It's beautiful.
Okay. So let's go jump into PUBG, because that's going to be the last topic for today. So we have...
Do you have a different screen, PUBG? It's going to be like this half split screen.
Well, I don't need to start up PUBG is the thing.
Oh. Okay.
Right, I do need to start up Discord, because last update changed something. But basically, it's very simple for PUBG. Follow the instructions.
Rotate game 90 degrees. Bye, Manson.
See you, Manson. So this PUBG analog profile was made by Vapor, and the way it works is you need to change the config files in your game directory. And if you've never done something like that before, I don't know if I can show, because I don't know what it will show when I open my Finder is kind of the issue. Yeah, but the thing I want to say is it's very simple, because you have here a link to the pub config files, which you need to put into the PUBG folder. And basically follow the instructions here. You go to, and this is the part which can be a bit confusing, is you need to go to your game directory of PUBG, and you need to put those files in there, and then it will change all your key settings to default, and it will add controller mapping to your keyboard, to PUBG. But the thing is that the alternative is you can also go in the game and just press the analog keys to change the movements to... God, I should just start up the game. Let me start off with this, okay? Wait. I thought I would do this very simple, but I'm kind of like destroying it now. Okay, it comes
changing. It's pretty interesting what IVNL shares. It's like a tweet from one of the developers. Changing the game files for whatever reason can trigger a permanent ban. Oh.
Right. So that even though that is true, it should not be. Yeah, that is dangerous. But I don't think it will influence when it comes to. It's just the controller mapping, which is basically usually saved in that node file or text file itself, and you just change some things in the text file. If you would have done it manually, in this case, you can just replace the files. The thing I have not tested actually with PUBG now is since the new update they changed stuff, and this guide to how to set up PUBG, which we have a link in the chat, of course, right? Do we? We don't.
No. Is obsolete.
Is still works, but on the bottom there's a fix for the problem you have now. And the problem you have now is that you can't control your parachute left and you can't control your parachute, and you can't control your vehicle's steering left and right. And that has to do with, I don't know what, has to do with the latest update. But maybe since AVNL says that he just did it the regular way and it works, maybe that's possible now. Because usually when you just in the game bind the analog keys, the joystick keys, you'll get stuck in the parachute. And you'll literally get stuck in the parachute on like 300 meter height, and you can't move, and you're just stuck there, and it's a controller glitch or bug in the game. That's too late for me. This about, oh, okay, someone's asked about rebinding crouch plus jump to a single button.
Why would you do that?
Well, outside of why you would want it, I can definitely show you what you could do. Is you need to have double keystroke activated. So if you activate double keystroke here in the digital profile, you can add a binding. And let's say you want to have it for, crouch jump for Windows, actually pretty smart. Okay, so you want to have it for spacebar. So I select here, select spacebar. I will want to do, let's see, I want to do the two keys at the same time, so actually you can just do C space. I'm not sure how this will react, honestly. Otherwise you can put down spacebar here, and then here you can put crouch. I think that will work. So then the first action will activate jump, the second action will activate the crouch, and that's basically pressing the button from start to end. And that's it. And now you can...
No, I think I would bring the sliders a bit close to each other, depending on how fast you want to do the action, right?
Yeah, but in this way you can... Oh wait, not this one. You can control the action more, meaning that you can control when you do the actual crouch. So either in other ways you press it instantly anyway. And yeah, pressing well, actually you still need to bind spacebar, because if I don't bind this one, then it's going to be nothing until the 3.6 millimeter, which is kind of hilarious if you think about it, but it's also logical. It is. It is logical. It is, yeah. So, should I show this in the game, if it works? I'm a little bit hesitant to start up PUBG because last time it didn't work really smooth on my PC in the stream. You tried it? I don't think this actually works since you can't crouch while mid-air by game design. Okay, let's put this to the test. So, I need to set up the gaming mode, one sec. The double keystroke, by the way, is going to move to the analog profiles instead of being on the digital profile. So you can actually bind it in you can make double keystroke profiles and load them up, which would be really awesome.
Yep.
Let's see.
Got big plans for double keystroke. It's really cool ideas. Where you maybe can add some more variants to the thing, like for example on key press, or on key up, or on key down, all these kind of things. So you have a bit more of a variations, I think you can do double keystroke, because it is a really cool feature, the double keystroke feature. But at the moment it's working a little bit buggy, I would say.
Okay,
Not super optimal.
I'm still going to have you with your camera in the stream. It's going to take up a lot of the screen, but it doesn't matter. Alright.
Am I still here?
Yes, you are. Let me transition this way.
Oh wait, do you know what we forgot? To show like the secret project.
Oh right, maybe that's a good thing to do now. And after showing this, we're gonna test out the jump crouching in PUBG, and then we really have to shut down the stream because we're getting to this point where we're stalling.
No, this is going to be a really cool thing. It's a thing I wanted to do for a long time. I think even before the Kickstarter even launched, I wanted to do this. The thing I wanted to do is I wanted to customize a Wooting 1, give it a different paint job, and do some cool stuff with it. And I never actually had the time to do it and to do it properly. And I never had this theme to do, so I was always thinking like, okay, I could make it like banana yellow and call it banana team, but that's not cool. So I had to come up with an idea, and I think 2 months ago it kind of hit me. I should do a Metal Gear Solid team. So playing Metal Gear Solid 5, I got the inspiration, how can I implement something from the game on a keyboard and how can I make it cool? And then I came up with the idea to get from Metal Gear Solid 5 to Phantom Pain. Big Boss has like this robotic arm, and it's like red with black and golden accents. It's pretty dope. And then I thought, let's make a keyboard with the same color scheme and try to make it look cool. And I also made a very detailed video about it. No, that's a lie. I made very detailed footage about the whole process and how I painted it, and what were some drawbacks and what are some problems I ran into. And I still have to like make a video about it and edit all the footage together, but it won't be online for another month or so. And
did you show the keyboard yet?
No. It needs to be.
Oh my god! Come on!
Right?
Let's jump into it.
So the video about how it's made, it won't be there for at least another month, and then there will also be a bit more detailed pictures, but just for the stream.
Preview.
So the thing is, it's very difficult to explain without showing the example. How do you say it? Where I got my inspiration from the arm. But the thing is, his arm has like these different colors, and he has like a metal plane that's like more purplish red, and the back of his arm is like this more red with black. And I also added like a tag from the game from the man who sold the world, and it's pretty cool. It also has like these golden accents on the side, and the little pop-out feet are also golden. That's pretty cool. And then I had it done, and I kinda liked it, but I still felt it was missing something. And then I did something really cool to the keycaps, like the ADS keycaps. I just scraped a bit from the top and from the side part randomly, and I have this really nice color bleeding effect. I really liked it. But I'm gonna show. You'll see soon somewhere, probably before the end of the year. There will be a video out how I made it, and some really cool detailed pictures. So that's something to look forward to. But the cool thing is the keyboard still works. I'm playing and typing on it for like two months now. Yeah.
Awesome. I think we have to cancel on PUBG because it's connecting the whole time. I was in for a minute and then it just disconnected me again. So we'll have to keep that one for the next one. Next stream I'll try to optimize PUBG also, and we can do some actual PUBG gameplay as well. Because last time it didn't go too well.
We were talking about the Z mouse. I'm having it. Pretty cool mouse though.
So yeah, answer the questions first. The Nubifier, that black switch, man. I'm still waiting. We're still waiting for the black switch. They finished it, but it's not really in our hands to when they really will say that it's done. Like they say it's done, but we haven't received the samples yet, so I don't know what's keeping them. And once I have those, I'll send it together with the blue switch. So, and then what you mentioned about the Z mouse, right? We should take a look at their UX. And and actually, I'm kind of using Black Switch right now, by the way, on my WASD. I like it better for analog. Just and the way I have it actually is that I had to swap out the springs from the original ones, because the original ones were for a regular digital keyboard. So, and it's only the spring that makes a difference. Sorry, Z mouse.
Hey, you guys should look at the UX of the software developed by SwiftPoint. I got a mouse called the Z. It's just amazing. Yeah, I also have the Z. It's an amazing mouse. It has some really neat functions in it, and that's also where we got like this inspiration from, like the on press down, hold, and that kind of stuff. But I must say, the UX from the Z mouse, I don't like it. It's very confusing for me. It's very difficult for me to set up something with the mouse because everything is so confusing and I really can't understand how everything works. So not that I want to trash them, because like the mouse is great and the software that does is really great, but the UX isn't top notch.
And when we talk about UX, it's mostly about how easy is it to set up the thing you want to set up. And I've seen it working with it, and it goes very deep. Like, it goes really deep. You can do so much, but this at the same time makes it really, really daunting also to even get started, and like it takes a lot of work to set up something, and that's what makes the UX really bad.
And I think what the most troublesome thing is about the UX, because I didn't want to like set up some crazy things, so I asked some people around to get some cool profiles for the Z mouse. But the thing with the Z mouse is, if you build up your own mess, because you start with like the left and mouse right click, you can bind the rest yourself. If you build your own mess, you know what your mess is about. But if you just input a profile from somebody else, there's so much stuff going on, and trying to grasp and understand it, it's way too difficult. If you want to tweak something within those settings, for me it's almost not doable, because you have to like find out what does what and how things work. And but still, it's pretty decent mouse. Well, it's pretty awesome mouse actually.
But the possibilities of the Z mouse is tons though, which should be cool. Ooh, I hope it's loading a game. Okay, I'm in a game now. So, and obviously I don't have, because I'm on digital keyboard now. I need to buy my keys.
Crashed for me.
Steam crashed?
Stream crashed. Oh no, it's back.
Oh, okay. It's just.
I had to look at an ad.
You had to look at. Oh my god. PUBG. Oh, why isn't that showing PUBG?
Stream is still terribly slow.
Yeah, this is what I mean. It's because of PUBG.
Carl's computer explodes.
Yeah, it's gonna. Let me throw everything on low. Very low. Apply. I'm gonna throw on PUBG in a second. 1 second.
Can I talk about something cool? Oh yeah, I can talk about something cool. It's really amazing and special to me, but I now have a avocado plant, and within 4 to 15 years I can eat my own avocados.
Okay, so I have PUBG. I threw everything on low, so I hope, let's just transition into PUBG here. And I can't control my pressure at the moment because I Whoa, that was lag. Because I hadn't set up the controls for it. So I'm in my digital mode right now, and let me double check. See if I have the double keystroke activated.
No, I didn't grow it myself. It was a friend of mine who ate an avocado half a year ago, harnessed it, the seed, made a plant out of it, and he gave it to me like 2 weeks ago. And he put it in a pot, and it's still alive and kicking. So I didn't grow it myself actually, but somebody else did. And the stream is really terrible, Calder.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So okay. So my controls are a little bit okay. So it's indeed. Is this crouch? How do you see when it's crouch jumping actually?
I don't think you see anything.
It's just chipping, or?
It's just chipping, it's loading, not loading, crashing, holding. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant with PUBG not going too well.
PUBG.
Oh, it worked out though. I jumped on the container. And now PUBG's stuck?
Right.
Okay. So, this is what I was talking about. I don't think it's going to work out. Oops. Unless unless I would buy some kind of streaming equipment, which obviously don't have.
So everybody click this link to donate for streaming equipment. We need like a stream deck, and we need a streaming card, and I need this racing chair. Then we get like...
Yeah, where's my racing chair? And where's my second PC? Right.
Second PC.
No, okay, so I think we're getting to... And it's a little bit ironic because now there's more people, but we're at the end of the stream.
Yeah.
And so if you if you still have questions or you have keyboard problems, you're always welcome to email us, social@wooting.now, or you can go to our Discord. Our Discord is more cores. Oh, we did such a long encore, like half an hour. There we go.
Oh, must be.
You can jump on Discord and ask questions there, or you can just contribute, of course, by joining the chat and helping other people here and there. Problems are usually not that complicated, and we're always here to help out. And if you've missed a part of the stream, there will be a video afterwards on YouTube. There will be time stamping for it, which Erik will do.
What?
No, which it goes a bit slow because we do it when we have the time, and it's not very often, but it usually takes 1 or 2 days before it has time stamping. So watch the video back to see whatever we talked about, and we'll be back with a live stream again in 2 weeks. Because we do it every 2 weeks.
And hopefully next stream we can talk about the new website and talk about UX design and the struggles of being creative.
Oh my god. in 2 weeks we'll have the new website though. That's the aim.
For sure.
Yeah, so that'll be an exciting time. And hopefully we'll see you guys again in 2 weeks. And if you have a Wooting one, enjoy the Wooting one. Typing, gaming.
And when your Wooting con comes in this week, enjoy.
Quinn is also right. There's Wood Help to help you on the chat. There's no... Does Quinn still have admin rights, by the way? Somebody strip it from him. Anyway, don't expect Quinn to help you.
Oh, no.
No, I'm just joking. It's because